In the heart of Bunch, a remarkable story is unfolding. Join us as we embark on a journey of discovery, uncovering a fascinating array of animals, graduate students. This is the second year of the Economics PhD, up close and personal.
Actually using longitudinal data, you have to use...
Here we see the watering hole of the second year, an economic history class. Students of all fields gather, even Anderson students far from home. What could be bringing them here? Surely not because of a breadth requirement or a master's degree, but rather their love of history and the opportunity
and you can get together with some of your classmates. We're going to actually try this at the end. To perform a seance to ask the spirits which links are in fact correct. And the idea is that the individuals, most of them have died because that's the only way we can get their names in the data, right? It has to be at least 72 years later. We'll let you know if in fact you found the right one. So this is a really fantastic
This piece does not hold for every field. These macro and trade professors are very hungry. It's this student's very first pro seminar, and they can smell it. The student must appear confident, lest the faculty sense fear and pounce.
As we get started, let me pull up some basic definitions. As you can see here.
The professors do not hesitate for a second.
No, that's not the right definition of real GDP. Also, your welfare measure is meaningless.
That's not real welfare either. Did your mother not love you enough when you were a child?
This goes on for the next 20 minutes until the student stops replying and stands incredibly still. Like a T-Rex, the faculty will lose sight of the student and start to argue among themselves. Here we see a couple of IO students huddled together, frantically typing code. But what are they so threatened by? Why, it's the BLP problem set that they've been assigned. While they may finish the assignment after the deadline, they'll have to keep doing BLP problem sets for the rest of the year. To adapt to their field, this species of students also has a very secretive language. Though it may sound like a bunch of meerkat calls, somehow all of this makes sense to them. Astounding. Now we turn our attention towards an overpopulated group, the applied students. With early deadlines, they must get a start on their field paper. Once they do, however, comes a handy strategy. Watch as this student submits their applied paper proposal for every assignment they have. Clever. They must also quickly get their hands on data. Here we see one student hand collect data with flyers. Look at that, asking for social security numbers to match respondents to administrative data. How brilliant, ethical, and legal. Now, this is quite a full metrics class, but all is not as it seems. The metric student species is indeed endangered. Almost everyone in this class is actually an MQE student. Can you spot the metric student camouflaged amongst them? That's right, just him. How is the department trying to keep their numbers sustainable? With the one thing every graduate student wants: free food.
And as I promised, I will provide lunch. Now, let's have a look at what type of food will we have.
And it's working. Nature is healing. Beautiful.
So last time we...
Unfortunately, the theory student numbers have also been on the decline. Here we see a theory student leaving his class. But what class was it? This class was actually at Caltech, out in Pasadena, a sign of how far he must travel outside his natural habitat to survive, sadly. As we close, we are reminded of the journey that is the second year. The students trudge on despite the challenges. Even the theory student has found one class he can take here. What class is this? It's Hugo's Topics in IO class, which counts for Industrial Organization, Development, CPR Certification, Macro, Theory, Breadth, California Permanent Residency, and many more. Only 2 of those were a lie.
Yeah, that's the skit. What do you think?
I think it's really good. I think you're maybe forgetting a field though.
What field?
Asset pricing?
Asset pricing. That's not part of macro?
No, it's a separate field from macro.
Huh. And that's not part of Anderson either, like finance, right?
There is some overlap, but it's actually a field in our department.
Huh. Oops.
To validate the data set.
Do we need to get IRB approval?
Oh, that's a great, I think they're dead, so, yeah, so I think it's okay. Another question?
Is there any concern about the necessity of an animal sacrifice? Damn it.
Everyone, as I promised, we all have our privilege. Sorry.
So I say, we're not filming this yet, are we?
No, just do it.
Okay, so
I will give you BLP and AIDS if you give me BL. Yeah. Why not ACF though? Also, is anyone doing BLP? Of course there has to be a break.
there is a break.
Why not ACF though?
This is bad.
Yeah.
And don't forget, you're supposed to start working as a TA or GSR2.